The way I'm ranking this, a lot of what I base an IGL off of is how much they elevate the players around them and how much their team overachieves depending on firepower. If we start with Chopper, let's consider a couple things with Chopper. They have Donk. They have Shiro. Magix plays well sometimes in the playoffs. Zontix is inconsistent but not bad. I'd say Chopper is, with all due respect, average. I understand that Spirit has been consistently a pretty good team, but I've never really watched a Spirit game and gone, wow, look at those strats. Look at that incredible A take. Look at that incredible B take. Wow. They just outbrained the other team. But I don't think he's a bad caller. I think you could do worse than Chopper as well. So I think he has a nice little warm seat in average. Next, Electronic. I hate to do this. You're below average, Electronic. You're below average. I think Electronic is... I don't know, dude. He just doesn't even seem like a real caller to me. The players on VP, I think, are pretty good. And they've been fine. But, like, I don't know. I still feel like he's a rifler wearing an IGL mask, if that makes sense. A lot of times I'm watching VP, it seems like they don't really know what they're doing. They seem like kind of fine on their T sides. Like, they at least know what the fuck is going on. But overall, I haven't loved what I've seen so far. And he was kind of shit all the other times he called. So I think below average is a safe spot for him. Cadian, you guys are not going to like this. I'm putting Cadian in above average. Guys, did none of you remember Prime Heroic? None of you? Look at fucking Stown and Yabby after they joined Astralis. They were both fucking horrendous. Do you know how good of an IGL you have to be to make those two dogshit players look good? Now, here's the deal. On Liquid, he was awful. He wasn't very good at opping. He wasn't very good at calling. But I think a lot of that as well is Liquid was kind of a shit show, okay? Liquid was bad. It was never going to work no matter what. And on Astralis, guys, Astralis is cursed. It's such a weird situation. I just cannot put that much blame on him. I just simply can't. I just simply can't. And Astralis at Kluge tactically actually looked pretty good. I felt like I was actually watching good CS when they were on T-sides, especially Inferno. They have such an insane Inferno T-side now. I don't think he is the problem in Astralis. I think it's a weird situation. I don't think him in Device probably... I feel like they have very different personalities. It's awkward with Stown and Yabby, and still, they just took third in Kluge, and they look tactically strong. That's all I have to say. Twistzz, worse than Electronic, genuinely. Maybe this is extra hate, because I want him to stop IGLing. God damn it, can you just stop IGLing, bro? Give it up. It's not for you. The firepower on Liquid, minus Ultimate. Okay, Ultimate's kind of been a bum lately. With Nerds, Naf, I mean, JKS is, like, not bad by any means. He's not insane. This Liquid team should be better than they are. And I have to point my fingers at Twistzz. I've never watched them and felt good. I just feel mad. Okay? That's all that I feel. Especially after that Zeus podcast. Listen, I understand he was probably exaggerating about a lot of what he said. But there's no way he was just lying about everything out of his ass. There's at least some truth to that story. And it just seems like personality-wise, he doesn't have it to be a leader. Okay? Just put him back as maybe a secondary caller. That's fine. Biguzera. I love Biguzera. I do. But why? I feel like Pain should be better. Snow is insane. They just got 13-1'd by Lin Vision today. David is also insane. NQZ has been popping off recently. Kawez. I mean, Kawez isn't bad by any means. I'll put Biguzera in above average. I don't think he's average, but I certainly do think he could be better. If I'm putting him in here, he's like the he's either very high average or very low above average. So when we order it, I'm going to put him all the way at the end. But I don't think I think he's good. But I do think he could improve. But he also can pop off fragging wise sometimes. Maybe I'll change it later. Depending on how many people I get. He's either above very top of average or below above average. But I kind of like him more in average, to be honest with you. For the time being, I actually think I'm going to put him in the top of average. I don't actually like seeing him in above average. It makes me sick. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I'm just going to be real. ZTR, I don't know how much of Gamer Legion's success is Ash, how much of it is their players are crackheads insane, and how much of it is ZTR, but I gotta put bro in above average. I mean, Gamer Legion, my boys. Gamer Legion, my boys. Gamer Legion, my boys. He's above average at least. I love him. And I never thought he was bad on Metasport. Actually, let's look at something. Let's look at something real quick. When Metasport had ZTR calling, they hit a peak of 29. When did they lose him? Here. They plummeted to 91. I guess they were doing some roster changes. But I mean, ZTR called this Metasport team. But honestly, I don't think anyone insane. And they fell off as soon as he left. And they have not recovered since. He humbled Simple. That's so true. And Gamer Legion are deadass a top 15 team in the world easily. Easily top 15 in the world. And it's with a bunch of tier 2. I mean, like, granted, good tier 2 players. This guy's an animal. He's simply a goddamn demon. He made Metasport good. Gamer Legion look good. He's got to be doing something right. And he can frag sometimes. Yeah, you're an above average, pal. Fallen. Here's the deal with Fallen. I hate Furia because they're so mediocre. And I just don't see them doing anything to become not mediocre. But the one thing about Furia is they're still, like, consistently decent. At least IGL-wise, I'm putting him in average. I actually don't think strategically Fallen is that bad. Furia is that bad, guys. I mean, they're still a tier 1 team, even though they're hated on. I mean, they did lose to MIBR. That's a little embarrassing. I'll move him down. I've been convinced. I'll move him down. Furia is pretty dog shit. I've decided. They're still like a tier 1 team. They're not like, I wouldn't say they're tier 2, but they're a pretty dog shit tier 1 team. Probably one of the worst tier 1 teams that we have. Maka, I'm so sorry. I tried to do it in the op tier list and I couldn't, but fucking A. Now I can, baby. I love this motherfucker. God damn it, do I love Maka. Hear me out. He fell off against Saw. The whole team fell off against Saw in Cluj. That was embarrassing. But I mean, when you think about this, 3D Max is not that good of a team, guys. For a VT, Exorcise, fucking, I mean, Body's not bad. Who the fuck else was on their team? Lucky. I mean, that's not a lot of firepower. And 3D Max are consistently a top 15 team in the world. How, bro? How are these tier 2 riflers beating tier 1 teams and consistently being great? This motherfucker right here. Along with that, he's dropping 1.13 ratings on tier 1 heads. This guy's elite. 3D Max should be ranked 70 in the world. And they're goddamn top 15. Beating tier 1 teams. They beat G2 in the major. This motherfucker, man. I love him dearly. He can frag. He can call. He can do it all. I love you. Hey guys, it's me, Garmour. I've had some pretty bad luck lately. I recently got a cement block dropped in my foot and they had to amputate the whole thing. Yeah, I'm gonna be in a wheelchair for the rest of my life, doc says. But even worse, I'm gonna be rolling around looking at this poop ass knife and glove combo. I think it's time I upgraded to something a little bit better. I may be crippled, but at least I get to look at this sexy combo for the rest of my life. All thanks to csmarket.gg. Only available if you're over 18. If you're looking for a top of the line marketplace or case opening experience, all backed by an honest and provably fair system, csmarket.gg is the place for you. They also allow you to get completely free items and cases with their shard system. Not sure what case you want to open? You can also sort by easy, medium, and hard type difficulties, which sorts cases depending on how risky they are to open. You decided to take a risk and got Jack? That's fine, just go head over to the site's upgrader system. The upgrader also has a unique 10-step bonus system that gives you a 100% chance to upgrade on the 10th step. After upgrading, maybe you'll want to try out their battle feature where you can play against other people or bots. There is now also a rank system, which allows you to get even more free cases when you level up. At the end, if you don't like the skins you've won, you can sell them on their marketplace, where you'll be getting top 3% prices on 90% of the skins available. You can deposit today with crypto, card, and even your old skins. And if you use my link in the description, you'll get a 7% deposit bonus. Back to the video. ZTR, if I needed a call, let's say my entire family's being held at gunpoint, right? And he says, okay, give me a great T round and your family will be let free. But if you don't win this round, your whole family's dead. If LNZ was the guy making that call, my family might be executed. Simple as that. But Sangal's pretty good. Or not Sangal. Sangal was good for a little bit. Then they were dog shit. And Heroic was good. And at EPL, they kind of looked dog shit. But I think he deserves average at the very least. Listen, I understand everyone's down on him and Heroic because they just bombed out of EPL, right? Shit happens. They also own the fuck out of Liquid every time they play. Every time they play, they destroy Liquid. Absolutely destroy them. So they can compete with tier 1 teams. And I don't think the players are that good. I mean, guys, Sunpius is a fucking zombie, okay? He's not the Sunpius that we know and love. Sunpius is not good anymore. The only good player on the team is Tanir. I mean, Xfloud's pretty decent. Youngster is meh. And I mean, they're a top 20 team. I give respect points for that. I don't think he's making them worse. LNZ is average at the very least. Tabsen, I hate to do this. Tabsen is below average, simply. I mean, Big consistently disappoints me, man. I think they would get so much better if there was an elite German caller, but he's just not good, man. He's just simply not a good caller. I feel like even though they're full German, I feel like they have some pretty good players. Like, I think Crimbo's a little overrated, but he's not bad by any means. JDC, Hyped has flashes, but Big is just consistently, like, incredibly mediocre. I think they play worse than their firepower would suggest, which at the end of the day, if you're doing worse than the firepower on your team, you gotta be below average, man. I really got nothing else to say, to be honest. Exit? Dude, I mean, he hasn't even been calling for that long. Drop was just calling. He just started calling again, and they look better. I'll put Exit in average as well. I think MIBR should be so much better, but I also don't think their players are that insane. Like, Insani is good, but ugh. Chopper on the same tier as Exit. Dude, if you gave Exit Donk and Shiro, he would be fine. I strategically, I've never seen Chopper make a better call than Exit ever in my life. Simply, I just can't put him below average. I don't think he makes MIBR worse, to be honest with you. I think MIBR is kind of... I get mad because Insani has such a high ceiling. I feel like he's trapped on the team. But, like, firepower-wise, I feel like they perform fine. Like, they don't really underachieve. They're not that insane, to be honest. So, P goes in average. Apex, I mean, I'm just glazing the French today, but how can I not put him in elite? You could say Vitality's a fucking insane roster. Absolutely insane roster, right? You have Zywoo, Flames, Rops, even Mezzy is like pretty good, but Vitality is consistently so fucking dominant in group stages. I think Apex is genuinely so good, man. They're a super team, but you still have to be a very good IGL to make super teams work, you know? Like, how many super teams have we actually seen work in Counter-Strike? Not that fucking many. And I feel like you put Flames on another team, he's probably worse. You put Mezzy on another team, he's probably worse. Why are they better on Vitality? Probably because of the system and the calling. Now, he does have some problems in playoffs, or they used to. I don't know, guys. I mean, it's hard for me to not put Apex in elite. Vitality's so good, and if they stop choking in playoffs, he's probably going to be IGL of the year, to be honest with you. I think he's going to be better than Aleksib this year if they stop choking in playoffs. I think Apex is extremely underrated. And Vitality consistently have, like, the best T-sides out of any team at tournaments. Their nuke T-side is fucking mental. If you have a good T-side on nuke, you're elite in my eyes. I'm sorry to say. Umich, you can go in above average, buddy. I think you belong there. You know, he was... Cloud9 was kind of a shit show. I don't really think that's his fault. They didn't have a goddamn AWPer at any point. And then afterwards, when they did, Cloud9 looked like they had, like, a lot of potential. And then the team just broke up. Then he joins BetBoom. They immediately win 2 online BO3s at Blast. And they've been fine in the tier 2 scene. They kind of fell off a little bit. I mean, they didn't really fall off. They just had 2 really good BO3s to start the year. But I think he's fairly good. You know, major winner. He's the GOAT. But, like, he has Zorte. I don't think Zorte's that good, guys. I think Zorte is incredibly average, which is fine, but it's not really doing Boomich any favors. Axile looks slightly rejuvenated. Siren is meh. Magnojez is pretty good, but, you know. I don't know if you guys are going to like this. I think we owe Mutiris an apology. I think we owe Saw an apology. What the fuck? Brand new roster? These fuckers go 3-0? Listen, if I was making this dead ass before EPL, you would be in average to below average. But I've done some soul searching recently. Okay? I've done some soul searching. How is Saw a good team? You know, they beat Heroic, Fury, and M80. That's not like, okay. They're a dead-ass team in Cluj. They made it through with a dead roster. Fucking okay, dude. Whatever. And it's with Story is his AWPer, bro. Story? Agile? Azuwu and Sijad, to be fair, they've looked insane at EPL. These are tier 2 fucking players, man. And he brought them to a top 20 team. His goddamn coach lost his job a few months ago. His 2 best players, and they're still good. Fuck, man. He needs an apology from everyone. They made semifinals at Cologne with Roman and Story. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Roman and Story, he needs some respect. He needs respect. And to be fair, I mean, I know he looks like a goober when he's playing, right? He looks like he has, what the fuck is it called? He looks like he has cerebral palsy when he plays. He looks like a goddamn goober. But, my god, does that fucker know how to call? He's simply elite. Stanislaw, you're also above average. I'm glazing everyone today. Do I really have to explain Stan what he's done in his career? Brought NRG/EG to the best team in the world. Just carried a wildcard team to top 16 of a major. This wildcard roster, with all due respect, I love the potential of JBA. I love the potential of Susp. Sometimes Fuzi is good. Sonic is Sonic. This team has no business being top 20 in the world. Absolutely none. I'm simply going to glaze him. Stanislaw's a great IGL. He's elevating wildcard heavily. And that's the type of thing that I need to see in IGLs. If they're elevating the team and the players around them, the team is doing better than the firepower. They're overachieving. That's because you're a good IGL. He's a good-ass IGL. Sin? I don't think Sin's bad. Sin's average. In my eyes, I don't have much to say about him. M80 is a good team. They're a little inconsistent, which is tough. I think that does stem from Sin. I think he has to be a little bit better to help the team be more consistently good instead of so wishy-washy all the time. They also have problems with choking. Not necessarily maps, but like choking, just, I don't know, choking tournaments, man. M80 started the current tournament up 2-0, and now they're 2-2, and they might go out 2-3. So I think there's a couple issues, but for the most part, I don't think he makes M80 worse. I think he's fairly decent. Yeah, Sin's fine. A good average. I don't think he's an issue. He's a rifler at heart. He was a rifler like a little over a year ago on Big, and then he switched over to IGL. He's been doing a pretty good job, all things considered, man. Dexter. Ooh. I can't put Dexter in shit. Oh, but he's definitely below average on my list. FlyQuest firepower is pretty meh, and FlyQuest are also pretty dog shit most of the time. I don't like him. I'm just gonna say plain and simple. He seems like a very nice guy. I don't think he does a great job, to be honest. He's never really elevated a team, I feel like. Look at Mouse. Okay, when he was on Mouse, Mouse was pretty ass. And then he left and Mouse immediately got better. He's been on FlyQuest and they've done fucking nothing ever since he's been on the team. I understand everyone falls off against top 20 and tier 1 teams. But like, come on, man. A part of that has to stem from the IGL as well. Get the boys amped up, okay? Call some better strats so they don't have to shoot anyone. That's all I have to say. Throw more flashes, okay? Help each other out. Do some more double swings. And better setups on CT side. I don't know, man. Mercury, I just watched this motherfucker play for the first time a couple days ago. So I don't know, man. I don't even actually want him to be in this list. Going average. I can't say anything. Ty Lue have been great, but they might choke a 2-0 to a 2-3. And might not even make it through. If that happens, I'm going to be really upset. Because I love them. I love G. Enjoy your spot. If you throw this 2-0 and make G sad, you will be punished. I just want you to know this. NPL, you know, sitting here thinking to myself, why is NPL also in here? Well, they're ranked in the top 30, guys. From what I've seen from Bait, they're pretty good in tier 2. They actually, like, dominate in tier 2. But in tier 1, they get fucking stomped. So, you'll go in below average. You're a good tier 2 caller, but tier 1 calling, pretty ass, unfortunately. JT goes in average. JT's never really done anything. Complexity's been mediocre forever. And as soon as you take a leash out of the team, they just start crumbling. He can frag sometimes, he's fine. I don't think he makes Complexity worse. I think JT might be, you guys said Exit was the perfect example of average. I think it might be JT. JT is the epitome of average. Because I don't think the Complexity roster is crazy, but JT certainly isn't bad. I've seen some really cool stuff from Complexity. I've seen some nades I've never seen before. They have some nice strats on T side, some nice site takes. So I think he's not terrible. I just don't know how good he is as a leader of men. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, guys? Like, he might be too nice. He's got to whip these boys into shape, and so they can start locking in. They keep choking. Whip these boys into shape. They peek, beat them over the head, bro. Don't let that shit slide. They've been mid, and I don't think JT is a problem. I think if Complexity wants to be a top-tier team, he's not the answer, but I don't think he's necessarily bad at the same time. So we can go in average. Vini, you can go in below average. Imperial's meh as well. I think you're fine. I mean, I don't know, man. Imperial's just very mid. I've never seen anything from Vini that's made me go, wow, to be honest. So you can just go in below average. I have nothing to say. I don't really watch Imperial that often. qikert, guys, if you don't know, qikert is calling for parry vision, okay? And parry vision have been dominant in tier 2. Absolutely dominant. So what do I do with him? A very similar situation to NPL, I think. I haven't seen him against tier 1 teams yet, so it's kind of hard to say. He can go in below average, okay? Honestly, NPL is probably better than him. He's very end of below average, but I don't want to call him shit. I don't think he's shit. No one is shit yet. But I think below average is a fair place for him. Aleksib, there's nowhere else I can put him, man. There's nowhere else I can put him. I thought maybe above average, because I would do like maybe just the top 3, but like he's obviously top 3. He's so good. Na'Vi look to be very good again this year. They can't beat Spirit to save their fucking lives, but they look good. And I mean, Na'Vi, what did I keep saying? I think is a good IGL. When you elevate your team and you overachieve. Ima, Bit, JL, wonderful. They were the best team of 2024. They won a major. And that was with, I mean, like, Ima and JL are very good, but, like, they were tier 2 players. Bit is very good. Wonderful's very wishy-washy. I mean, being the best team in the world with an inconsistent opera like Wonderful and making however many finals in a row is, like, 6. Very impressive. Na'Vi tactically feel so deep. They feel so fucking good. He's got to go in elite. And I'll order it at the end, but Aleksib is certainly probably one of the top 3 best colors in the world right now. Easily. Nitro, I'll put Nitro on average as well. Honestly, I really don't think he elevates the team that much. NRG looked fairly good at EPL. They weren't great by any means. I think he's fine. He's definitely not, he's not prime Nitro. Let's just call it how it is. He's not prime Nitro. They only beat an Amiga. I mean, they got a hard draw, to be fair. So I think average is a fair place for him. Nexa. Guys are not going to like this. Here is the deal. Nexa was not great on G2. He wasn't phenomenal on G2, but holy shit. Do I remember Nexa on Crazy? My fucking goat. God, does no one remember when he was calling? He goddamn called G2 into a major final. I understand it was CSGO. He called G2 into a major final with goddamn Amanek is their opper. He was always a good caller. And now on BC Game, I won't lie to you guys. I haven't watched a match of BC Game, but you're telling me he immediately starts calling and then the boys are just going on a tear through tier 2. They're just simply going on a tear. My God. My God. And I'm not counting his time on Bleed, bro. Come on. Be real. He's a goat. He's an absolute animal. Glaive, guys, current Glaive is simply below average. I mean, they should be like doing what Gamer Legion is doing, and they just are completely underachieving. And like I said at the start, if you're underachieving, the first person I'm pointing fingers at is the IGL. I understand he is one of the greatest IGLs of all time, but you're washed, buddy. It's time to give up. I've seen enough. If they don't get significantly better very soon, we gotta start hating on Glaive some more, guys. I mean, they gotta lock in, and quick. Fear, Fnatic ruined him. Why did he not just stay on Passion UA, man? That makes me so mad. That makes me so fucking mad, because now I have to do something I don't want to do. Fnatic is ass. And I know I said if a team is underachieving, I have to rank you low. But Fnatic ruined him. And on Passion, he was so good. I'm sorry. I can't let Fnatic ruin his image. If he, on Passion UA, he was so good. Realistically, he should be in below average. I'm putting you in above average due to what he did on Passion UA. I loved him on Passion UA. He's a handsome man, That has to account for something nowadays. He has the GOAT Blame F on the team, but listen, guys, Blame F can't 1v8. Him and Fear can't 2v8. So, you know, he's going in above average. Free Fear. Save Fear. I can't put you in above average, even though Passion UA story was sick. I have to account for Fnatic a little bit. Fnatic ruined you, but would I really take Fear over Chopper or Biguzera? Honestly, any of these guys, I don't think I would. Major. Now, Major's a very strange man. He loves to call the strat, let's rush out B 8 rounds in a row. Whether it works or not, we're just going to go out B 47 rounds in a row. Simply forgetting the other side exists. But Eternal Fire are consistently a very good team. A very good team. And while Zantares is good, Eternal Fire had one top 20 player in 2024, and they were consistently a good team. I mean, Valve ranking number 7 in the world. You're a top 10 team with Wakadia. Joda's good. Woxic is good, but mad inconsistent. They have literally one top 20 player. Major's got to be doing something. Like, what? Eternal Fire is one of the best teams in the world. Missed a major. They did miss a major. And we're consistently one of the best teams in the world still. Missed 2 majors. He has one good player on his team! And they're ranked 4! What are you guys even talking about? Give me a break, man. Anyway, Snax. Moving on. Karrigan. Here's the thing, guys. I think Karrigan is great. I think Karrigan is super good. But FaZe are not a good team right now. I mean, don't get me wrong. FaZe are a good team, okay? They're not bad by any means. I just feel like they're not as good as they should be. Now, Brokey has been awful. Don't get me wrong. And everyone is integrating into new roles with Elise joining. Frozen is in new roles. I think Rain might have changed some roles. Fine. Karrigan's in Elite. Okay, fine. Like, Elise and Frozen, I feel like had so many overlaps. I don't, like, the roles just simply did not make sense. And they already both look comfortable, or more comfortable than they did. And I mean, like, the way Karrigan integrates new players is so insane. One of the best super team IGLs of all time, due to him being able to integrate people. So you guys are right. He's elite. He's elite. Blitz, no doubt in my mind, Blitz is the most valuable player on Mongols. He easily should also be in elite. I mean, that's not even up for debate. Without Blitz, Mongols would be where they were, I mean, for eternity before him. And that was here. Ranked 336. Ranked 213. Look, are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? This dude joined, and they went from, what is this? 243 to 29 after he joined. Give me a break. Techno is 19. They're such a fucking young team, guys. They're so young. So, of course, they're going to get a little nervous in playoffs. But I have zero doubts they will get over that at some point. They're going to keep making playoffs, and after more experience to being on stage, I have no doubts in my mind they will get over that. I mean, what he's done with this team is goddamn incredible. I love the Mongols. And they haven't, like, gone crazy in a Tier 1 tournament yet and won it, but they're still an incredibly strong team. You know, they just made the playoffs of the last major. They've been fairly good this year to start. Made semis at Kato, which, you know, can you really blame them? They were playing a Vitality on Demon Time. This wasn't even really a choke. You can't even call that a choke. Lost to Astralis at Cluj is tough, but, like, FaZe also lost to Astralis, and everyone loves FaZe. I mean, a lot of it comes down to Senzu as well. Senzu falls off a cliff, a goddamn cliff at every time they make the playoffs, it feels like. And how much of that is Blitz's fault? I feel like not that much. Blitz is elite. You can't convince me otherwise. Brollan, simply because they won Cluj, he'll go in average for now. I haven't seen enough. I feel like there's not even any point to talk about him. Listen, man, Senzu has playoff choking issues. We just got to call it how it is. I still love him. I think he'll get over it at some point, but as of right now, Senzu does have playoff choking problems. Anyways, Brollan, I got to put him in average, guys. I think he looked pretty good at Cluj, but I haven't seen enough, okay? I need to see more. That's all that I'm going to say. I need to see more from Brollan, but he did call very well at Cluj, I thought. Kyxsan, I'll put him in above average. Oh my god, my dogs just scared the shit out of me. Did you guys hear that? Nah, Kyxsan is mad chill. I think Falcons look so much better at Cluj than they had been. He was good on Apex when they had that insane run. He was good on Heroic. I mean, they looked like a mess for a while. The team didn't have an AWPer. I didn't think I know they were underachieving for a long time. I didn't really put that much on him. Falcons have been improving incredibly quickly. Siuhy, here's the deal, guys. You all just said Brollan's T-sides were good because he might have some of the best firepower in the world. So, when talking about Siuhy, do we think he really overachieved if he has some of the best firepower in the world on mouse? I don't know. They had playoff choking issues, unfortunately. But I'm gonna stop beating around the bush, guys. I'll put Siuhy in elite. Okay, he's him. I understand. Listen, if Mouse kicked him due to personality issues, fine. Okay, it is what it is. But I mean, bringing Gamer Legion to a major final. Are you fucking kidding me? Even though he has Ash, who is an elite coach, don't get me wrong, and immediately making Mouse a top 10 team as soon as he joined. Along with that, he completely fixed Twistzz when he joined. But when Dexter was calling, Twistzz was dog shit. Absolutely awful. He got Brollan from NIP, saved his entire career. Zershin, was Zershin that good before he joined? Before Siuhy joined? I don't know. I feel like Siuhy made all of these players click. And while they all had the potential from the start, he was the one that like elevated them and made it work. Mouse was consistently one of the best teams in the world, won multiple tournaments in 2024. I mean, I gotta put him in elite. He's one of probably the best young IGL in the world. That's that. Okay, he needs to join some team soon. Anyways, now the order. The order's always a little scary because do I really believe what I'm saying? I don't know. Let's see. You guys are not gonna like this. You guys are not gonna like this at all. Here's the elite order. Currently, I have Apex number 1. Okay. Then I'll put Aleksib 2, Blitz 3, Maka 4, Karrigan 5, Siuhy 6. I know you guys might be mad. You might want Karrigan number 3. Blitz and Maka over at this current moment. Sorry. I'm a Maka Glazer. You guys know this. You guys know I'm a Maka Glazer. What do you want me to do? Above average? Give me something a little like this. Okay. Yeah. No. Give me a little something like this. Give me a little something like this. This looks good to me. Average. Big U is top of average. Then Chopper. This is already good order. Then give me JT. And then I don't know, man. Give me this. Below average. Give me Brollan, Tabsen, Slave. No, Dexter is above. Yes, Dexter there. Fallen, Dexter, Tabsen, Slave, Electronic, NPL, Vini, qikert. This is good. This looks good to me. This looks good to me, actually. Hold on. This is a damn good list. Apex, Aleksib, Blitz, Maka, Karrigan, Siuhy, Major, Kyxsan, Boomich, ZTR, Cadian, next. Yeah. Okay, what do you guys think about this? Huh? Give me your thoughts. I think this is my best tier list yet. Stan above Nexa, then it's perfect. That's valid, actually. I'll put Stan above Nexa. That's a change. That's a good shout. A W shout. The best tier list I've ever seen. Wow. Thank you, guys.